Working from home is another thing that's become politicised, and I still don't get it. I know the interests of commercial landlords. I do understand that a lot of businesses depend upon the status quo, the footfall. But businesses are never ending evolution, isn't it? Businesses will even cope with the ludicrous self-inflicted privations and problems of Brexit. The world will not stop. We might be now making fewer cars than we've made at any point since 1956, but the society, the economy will retool itself. We might be poorer, but we won't be dead. So it will change, it will evolve, we will accommodate the self-inflicted madness of Brexit, and businesses will lead the way. Entrepreneurs, business people will lead the way to the new normal. So I understand all of that. But I still don't understand why working from home has become controversial. You know, from the right-wing columnists right through to the Tory backbenchers, it's become another facet of, well, it almost feels like that culture war we were talking about a lot not that long ago. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me why. Why is working from home something that politicians and pundits have turned into yet another battlefront? If your employer is comfortable with you working from home, and if you would prefer to work from home, probably not every day, but two days a week, let's say, why is this a problem for anybody else? 0345 6060 973. What is the new normal going to look like? This idea that 1 in 6 white-collar workers, 1 in 6 office workers could quit their current job to avoid the office. And, of course, they'll have 4 weeks to find another job before they all get forced to drive lorries and work in care homes. Doesn't shock me, actually. I think there's been a genuine sea change in the country. I think people have realised. Think about commuting, right? Think about commuting. I was chatting to a lady cutting my hair, actually, the other day about commuting. She does an hour and a half both ways. Every day, an hour and a half both ways, crosses the whole of London, just likes where she lives, likes where she works. And she says, look, I get on the train so early, as in so far down the line, so near the beginning. I always get a nice seat. I sit down, headphones on, book out, and it's actually quiet time. I quite like it. But for many people, commuting, whether you're driving or whether you're using public transport, is such an epic. Nearly used a slightly inappropriate word there. It's such an now I can't think of another word to use in place of the word that I nearly used there. Such an epic palaver. Rhymes with wag, but I'm not going to say it on the radio. I'm probably all right saying that on the radio, am I? Can I say that on the radio? Such an epic shag. Oh, I've said it now. It's such an epic palaver, commuting, that we don't notice. So the idea that you suddenly realised you don't have to do it seems to me to be so self-evidently good that I genuinely don't understand. Even as a student of toxic, furiously hard-of-thinking right-wing pundits, I don't understand what they're upset about. Oh, get back to the office. Richard Littlejohn's my favourite. He lives in Florida most of the year. And yet he's writing articles at one point, it seemed like 10 times a week, about how important it is for you not to work from home. You've worked from home for 30 years, as far as I'm aware. In Florida, a lot of it. But no, you can't. What is it? What's the psychology of struggling to accept that people have realised they can do their jobs from home? People and employers have both realised they can do their jobs from home, so why not crack on with it? What's going on? Is it a sort of Victorian belief that you're not supposed to actually be happy? It's a bit like this idea that you should be forced to do jobs you don't want to do. This idea, what do you mean? What do you mean you're happier? What do you mean you've got more time? What is the problem with this? And is it now going to be permanent? That's the bit that you can also help me with. Is it going to be permanent? So why has it become a controversial issue? Why is it another battlefront? 0345 6060 973. And is it now going to be permanent? Is there going to be a significant and permanent change in our relationship between work and workplace? I don't know, because I need a studio. I kind of didn't use a studio for a couple of months at the beginning of the first lockdown, and it was, shall we say, a psychologically challenging period. I need to see Keith's rosy little cheeks bouncing back at me through the glass. I need to see my switchboard. I need to see it light up like a Christmas tree, so that then I've got the confidence not to take any calls for 10 minutes. I know that's a bit counterintuitive. I like to see the faces of the people answering the phones, their hair standing on end, some of the toxicity that they're sometimes exposed to. I like to see the screens, and I like working here. I love it. But if I could do it from home, I'd get 2 hours a day back immediately. And what, 20 quid a day? What does it cost me to commute? I should check probably. But you'd be looking at a chunk of change and 2 hours a day of your own back. It's madness. I can't believe it's ever been... I can't believe we did it for so long. We didn't realise. So a bunch of questions there. Chiefly, of course, the psychology of it. Why is it still a thing? Why are people still getting upset about what other people do with their employers' full encouragement?